Hi, everyone. Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. I'd like to thank my subscribers and to those who haven't yet. I really hope you do. And I'd also like to thank YouTube for providing this platform. I just completed my 38th year coaching football. I was a defensive coordinator, but over that span, I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, a longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. What I'd like to talk to you about today in this presentation is an introduction to what we call the Greyhound Blitz family. Okay, Greyhound. And it's good, especially good versus 11 and 10 personnel, but the reality is it's good versus all personnel, but it's especially good versus 11 and 10. So for the introduction, I'm just going to show you versus 11. Okay. But in non-subscribers, push the button so you know more about the dog and the go and have access to everything. We're going to execute this out of our base, okay, which means I don't mind telling this non-subscribers, 2 high safeties, minimum box numbers, but obviously we'll be adding to the box here because we are blitzing. So the key terms over here, and then I will develop that enough in the introduction to tease you and hopefully get your non-subscribers to push the button. Doesn't cost anything. Subscribers will already have access to this. Okay. First concept is, what is the Greyhound concept? I should say the first term. The Greyhound concept is a dog and a go on the same side. Okay, non-subscribers, push the button. It's a dog and the go coming off of the same side, which makes it very unique, which puts it into a family. Okay, obviously a greyhound is a dog itself, and it is go, baby. It's a racer. It can fly, hence the term greyhound, combining dog and a go. All right. So number 2, then, the dog defender, as I'll show you momentarily enough in the introduction, has force versus the run to him, plays the boot when runs away, which force defenders have when they're blitzing. Dog defender has quarterback on zone read, so that'd be the outside portion of it, right? D is circled in red because I'm going to show you versus power read up here what's meant by outside when it's to him, the nearest threat when he's away from him, meaning the power read. So power read to him, he's going to take the outside portion. Power read away from him, he's going to take the nearest threat, which is typically the quarterback. Okay? And then E, outside cage versus pass, and peel versus running back flare 2. Again, non-subscribers, push that button. You have access to all my dog family playlist. Woo! So then consequently, number 3, the go defender is spill versus run 2, because it's not going to always be a zone read or an RPO or power read, right? So go defender spills it, bends versus run away, has dive versus zone read, right? If the dog has a quarterback, then the go has the dive. Again, same situation. I'm going to show you power read up there, both to the blitz and away from the blitz. So he has the inside portion of it when a power read is to him, which would mean the quarterback. And he is going to take the farthest threat when it's run away from him, which means he's bending and chasing the running back, right? And that's the power read. So again, that I'm going to specifically show you up here. Excuse me. Versus pass, the go defender in this order: screen, no screen, draw, no draw, quarterback. Okay? Screen, draw, quarterback in that order. Number 4, the stick is an automatic. So again, non-subscribers push that button. Normally, stick is a tag onto an existing call. Stick is automatic in a Greyhound. Okay, which means DN call sign sticks A, which means nose A away. Automatic. That's part of every single Greyhound blitz. Okay? So then number 5, what are the reasons for the Greyhound, right? Why would we execute a Greyhound blitz? It's perfect versus zone read, RPO, power read. Power read is underlined, and I've got the offset halfback pressure to and away, or opposite, I should say, on purpose, okay? It's basically those 3 are the reason why we have a Greyhound family. Okay, with the increasing number of offenses that are executing zone read, RPO, power read, either exclusively or it's in their package and they execute it at some point in every football game, we have it built in every single game plan. Sometimes it's the entire game plan, other times it's a smaller portion of it. Okay, but this is why we took 2 existing blitz families, non-subscribers, hit that button, and combine them together to attack, pressure, zone read, RPO, power read. Okay, and use an existing zone blitz coverage behind it or in the red zone. Again, non-subscribers, a man pressure, a man blitz coverage for the pressure. Excuse me. Okay, so again, the offset halfback, it doesn't have to be, but it's preferable. We'll show you a pressure when the halfback is on the side of the pressure, or we're going to pressure opposite the halfback. So in other words, I've got an east here. I'll show you a zone read, a power read, scenario. I'll set the halfback on this side, and we'll show you, again, a power read scenario, but now the pressure's coming opposite the back, okay? You can also pressure pistol. But when it's pistol, you got to have the tendencies. So that brings in us as coaches and film study and developing those tendencies and teaching them to our players. And finally, when the ball's on the hash, this is a really effective field pressure. So coming from the field versus the old-fashioned triple option, the belly option, even under center. This is a good way to attack or pressure the old-fashioned triple option to the field. Okay? So that is the key terms. So now over here, I just want to show you why, again, I'm a huge 3-4 person. These are all potential Greyhound defenders. All right? So that's 8. Everybody but the defensive linemen are potential Greyhound defenders. Both safeties, both corners, both outside linebackers, both inside linebackers. Again, it's beautiful. Our alignment's out of the skies, and the offense has to figure out post-snap who these potential blitzes are and where they're coming from. It's a beautiful thing. So the Greyhound pressure combinations that we have, okay? I have the dog on the left, the go on the right. We have outside linebacker, inside linebacker. We have inside linebacker, outside linebacker. Safety, outside linebacker, safety. We have inside linebacker, corner. We have corner, inside linebacker. Okay? That's a lot for an offense to have to figure out post-snap. And again, the first one is the dog. The second one is the go. So how do we code this? Right? So in case a player has a brain freeze or something in the middle of a game or a call, right? The code, the first letter equals the dog defender. Okay? So D or R in our coding is an outside linebacker, right? Dime or rover. So I'm going to give you a call example up here that we call dingbat. And so, right, D, outside linebacker, second letter I, inside linebacker. Outside, inside. So we have 2 calls, both begin with either, excuse me, a D, or in this case, a B, another situation. So B or M means it's an inside linebacker, Mike or backer. Okay? So that in this case, dingbat, the second letter I, right, is the go defender, the inside linebacker. So when we present this in our install in spring or preseason, I go out of my way to explain the coding to the players. That's a big part of install. Okay, don't ever assume the players will understand. Don't give it, in my opinion. Sorry, it's just an opinion. But don't name it just to think you're creative and there's no connection between the name and what you're asking your players to do. I'm a huge believer in word association in some way, shape, or form. And this is how we do it. Okay? So this is what I'm going to show you now, just to give you a taste for it, is what we call Dingbat Trio. Okay, we use signboards for this. We have a signboard for all 8 of our Greyhound pressures. All right, hey, I don't think the opponent's going to figure it out, number one. That's why I'm not going to share that with you here, the signboard, but I'm sharing everything else with you. So the offense, and I'm not going to draw up the whole blocking scheme. I'm going to draw up just the quarterback and the running back in green, and I'm going to execute the safety, spin, right, in trio, and then the dog to go, and the defensive end call side, as well as the nose in black. Just so you can see, right, power read, okay, when it's to the halfback, so in other words, Dingbat right now is going to be on the side of the back. So then it's going to be, excuse me, inside, or it's going to end up being the far threat. Power read's going away from him. And same thing for the dog defender up here. Okay, it's going to be the near threat. When it's away, the go is far threat away. So I'm going to show that to you and then flip it. Okay, so first up, here comes the power read, right? So near threat, far threat, because this would be a Ringo and a Roger. So that means I'll do the safeties first on the snap, screwing down so he's hot over 2, rotate middle. So let me erase the words right now. Okay. So Dingbat, he says the Daytona. He says Buffalo. They're just communicating because Dingbat might be called, but it could be the Rover and the Mike executing it. Depending on if we've designated today, we want it to be on the side of the back. You follow me? You can just, it's all you do. Game plan or make an adjustment. Call it to the side of the back. So it could theoretically be the Rover and the Mike. We don't worry about it. That's why we call it outside linebacker, inside linebacker. You got me? Okay. So now the ball snapped, right? Let's do the D-line first. Stick. Boom, there it is. Before the ball snapped. Hedge to the edge. Non-subscribers, you're going to have to push the button. He's going to hedge to the edge. The ball snapped. He's the go, right? So he's, again, non-subscribers, push the button. He's coming off the butt. Plays away. He's bending. And so for the go, right, when it's away, he's the far threat. So there's the far threat. So he continues bending. Now, along the way, if the quarterback crosses his face, he'll take the quarterback. All right? Here, he blitzes the near hip. The dog blitzes the deepest hip. When the play goes away, the nearest threat is the quarterback. Okay, so you see how that works? That's what that means. Okay, near threat away, which would be quarterback in this case. Okay, far threat away, which would be the halfback in this case. So now I'm going to flip it. Let's just say we've decided that today, in this game, we want to call Greyhounds opposite the back. Okay, we're going to call it opposite. So now, doing the same thing in green, ball snapped, right? There's the outside portion, there's the inside portion, right? Stick A, bump A away, hedge. Right? Got that? So in this scenario, chance is pretty good the quarterback's going to see that. He's going to give the football, which is why the dog has the outside when power read's coming to him. Right? Which means we called it opposite the back. See how we connect all those things? The first scenario, we called it to the back, which means it's going away. Second scenario, we called it opposite the back, which means it's coming to him. So now, when it's coming to him, he takes the outside. He's got force, right? Run two. Down here, it's coming to him. He takes the inside, which is quarterback, because he's bending. See how this works? So, in another presentation, non-subscribers, we'll teach you a simple drill. We just call it Greyhound drill, and we just rep it. So you teach your players right off the bat when we're calling it opposite the back, practicing what do you eliminate. If it's power read right now, right, you're going to be the outside back, the running back. You're going to be the quarterback. Flip it. Call it now, rep it on the side of the back. Now you're near threat is the quarterback, and you are bending and chasing the running back. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to it. So as I said at the beginning, to my subscribers, I thank you. And non-subscribers, I really hope I've teased you into hitting that subscribe button. And again, I thank YouTube for this platform. To everyone, please, questions, reach out to me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com. Any question you might have regarding the Greyhound family introduction here, and I'll be happy to get back to you. It's happening more and more, and when it does, I'm learning a ton of football. I'm helping the people on the other side of the screen, and that's what this is all about. So I hope you enjoyed the introduction to the Greyhound family.